Hello, everyone. This is Michael Damiani, and I'm going to be giving you some impressions, thoughts, and a little bit of information regarding our playthrough of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild E3 demo at E3 2016. So we got about an hour with the game and got to do some direct feed, and we're going to give you a little bit of an overview here rather than just posting the footage directly. So let's get into this. So here we are in the Great Plateau, and as you can see, you're playing as Link, and they start you off in this little campfire area, and you got a few tools at your disposal, but we decided to start with the amiibo functionality. So if you didn't catch it, you can actually use Wolf Link, the Wolf Link amiibo, to summon Wolf Link literally into your game like that. And now you've got a hunting companion in Wolf Link who will go around and do all sorts of cool things. And in Breath of the Wild, as you can see here, you actually can pick up a lot of materials, weapons, other resources that you can change out on the fly. And you can either get them from defeating enemies, from harvesting them from the wildlife out there, and other sorts of ways, like treasure chests as well. But we're going to do something that's new to this series. We're going to do a little bit of cooking here, real-time cooking with some ingredients here. So you can see we have some steak, we have some Hylian shrooms. Unfortunately, we got them a little too early, so we can't actually put them into that the cooking pot or cauldron right there. We actually need to equip a torch, and we need to light it on fire to light the cauldron here. Yeah, I was getting used to some controls there. Sorry for that. So yes, we got the torch lit. We're gonna light the cauldron here, and now we're gonna get the ingredients, and we're going to do a little bit of cooking. So you just put the ingredients in a hold in his hands at once, toss them on in there, little cool cooking animation, and voila, they're done. Meat and mushroom skewer, which not only will they replenish health, but food can have a lot of positive benefits, such as like buffing your stamina meter, or even temporarily increasing your heart meter. And as you can see here, Link can climb up just about everything in the game that you can see. So climbing up this tree, it's totally doable. Get some hearty truffles. But as you can see the stamina gauge right above Link's head, you do have a limit to how far you can climb, how far you can dash. Even the spin attack is kind of, or is actually tied to that as well. So you can use the bow and arrow, you can move around while aiming. So it makes that a lot easier to do, especially when you're hunting these boars here. But one of the first things we came across was this little encampment with some enemies here, and they're guarding a chest. So you had these bokoblins, and you see the sword combat looks pretty familiar. You saw that flash there. There are reactive actions you can do, such as shield parry at the right moment, sword swing at the right moment that pays off instead of just spamming the attack. So we switched out here for this club weapon here. We're going to go up here and have a little fun with this guy. See if we can knock him off here. Yeah, there we go. And if you haven't noticed down there, Wolf Link. Wow, what a good companion, boy. Got us some more steaks. Plenty of steaks for dinner there. As you see, enemies drop items that you gather up as well. You can use for crafting later. Making new weapons, possibly, new items. There you go again. You see the frame rate stutters here and there. Not sure if that's just the early build. Oh, we got a new shield here, the Boko shield. Not sure if it's just the early build, if it's just the U version, if maybe the NX version is going to run a little smoother. Didn't really talk about that. So there you go. Defeat the enemies, unlocks the chest. This kind of goofy looking chest with a monster face design. So, head up in there, see what reward we get. And da-na-na-na, you got opal. So there's more rare type gems and minerals or materials that are scattered about that probably have an important role of some sort. So let's run around, check out rest of Hyrule here. And you see the frame rate's kind of dipping, having a little bit of trouble, but this, the environment here, I mean, the geography, the thick grass blowing, the trees, there's a lot going on here. So, as you may or may not have heard, a bunch of staff from Monolith Soft, the team that worked on Xenoblade, and Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U are helping to bring this game to life. So nice to see that. Oh, look. Missed that Wolf-Link went hunting for us as well. And as you can see in the bottom left, Wolf-Link has a health meter as well, so he'll stick with you until his hearts deplete as well, and then he vanishes. I also think if you change between a zone, like you load into a new area somehow, like a dungeon, Wolf-Link will go away as well. So we're, just exploring the environment here. Now, Link can also crouch, which helps with stealth. If you didn't notice in the bottom right, you do have your mini-map. You have that little, circular icon with the purple waveforms going around. That's the sound you're making, how loud you are. So when you want to sneak by enemies or sneak up on stuff, like I think we're trying to sneak up on this boar, who I just saw us, so fail there. You want to pay attention to that. There's also a temperature meter above that one, the volume or the sound meter. So you also want to pay attention to the temperature in some environments because it can get too cold or too hot for Link. So, running through these large fields, pretty nice feeling to have, honestly, especially compared to, some of the previous Zelda games that have massive overworlds or more. And wow, over this hill, you see familiar structure here. But first, oh, yay, look at this chew. It's time to show off. Never mind. Wolf-Link took care of that for us, so yeah, it looks like Wolf-Link wants to have all the fun. So choo-choo jelly. You might have heard of those before. But, yeah, I think we want to check out these ruins, but there might be some other stuff over here as well. I mean, that's kind of the best impression I got from the demo was it definitely nailed the sense of exploration. So, little lake here. So even swimming uses up the stamina meter. You can do a short sprint in the water. As you can see, there's fish in the water, so we're going to try and sneak up and catch one of them. Oops, that was ill-advised. Let's try and get this one right here. And yeah, we got a Hyrule Bass. But uh-oh. Yikes, stamina meter is about to run out. Now we make it. And look up here. What is this? Is this a sword? Well, I guess of course it is. They're joking that is this the Master Sword? No, it's the Rusty Broadsword. So there's weapons lying around that you can gather. So part of the incentive to go exploring. But, that pile of rocks over there. If you're a Zelda fan, you definitely know what's about to happen. Unfortunately, at this point, in the previous demo, I hadn't had much experience with the bombs at this point. So I accidentally placed it down here. Didn't realize I could have just detonated it, waited for the cooldown to expire, so I do apologize. But to the testament to the game's physics and mechanics, and to the amusement of the developer who was with us when we were playing, we decided to push this bomb through the water using Link's stamina meter. Oops. Kind of got it wrong there. The game is not liking this right now, so frame rate death to the max. And our stamina is getting pretty low here. I think actually this point is when Bloodworth had to point out, don't drown here, Damiani. So, yeah, we're figuring out, so it's like, alright, we got this. So you can do this way. Not the most optimal way. This is pick it up now, set it down. And you can't detonate the bomb in the water, though, unfortunately. I thought you could. But no, Link has to actually be standing in a safe spot with not using up his stamina meter. And there we go, another chest, and sapphire. Zora's sapphire, perhaps? Who knows? So anyway, you saw the ruins over there. At this point, I was like, let's check this out. Let's check these ruins over here. Kind of looked like the Temple of Time. I kind of want to see these things. So much stuff to see in this demo. Just couldn't see everything in one playing. Just not possible. And yep, it's the Temple of Time. And here's Wolf-Link, and yeah, we're just going to climb up that. Climb up any wall you want. And, saw these weird mechanical devices, hints of the future technology that look a little out of place. But then again, if you saw the intro of this game, there's a lot of futuristic technology going on in this game, despite Hyrule being this land of ancient ruins that didn't look like it was very technologically advanced, sorry. So anyway, obviously, if you're any Zelda fan, you're going into the Temple of Time. You want to see what's in there. Oh, look, a lone guardian. What you gonna do? I think I tried to do the shield timing here, and I completely messed it up. So I'm just like, screw it. Let's just use, the spin attack and some dashes. Let's try it again. Oh, look, he hurls rocks at you. Oh, Wolf-Link took care of that for us. Definitely having Wolf-Link out is gonna make it a little bit easier on you. Nothing was too particularly challenging. You'll see later on something kind of amusing happened. well, several amusing things happened, but something related to combat. That was the magnet device. Weren't supposed to use it there. We're just seeing if there's anything that we can move around with it. So inside the Temple of Time, definitely good vibe, ruin vibe, very Twilight Princess-esque, I would say. Same kind of like vibe there, but this is a little bit more worn down. Oh, this goddess statue that had a light there. You're able to pray before it. That statue looks a little familiar. Maybe if you played Skyward Sword, you might recognize that statue, the goddess Hylia. So anyway, yeah, we saw the Temple of Time. There really wasn't much there. Not a lot of references other than that to like the sages or the Triforce, stuff like that. So figured with the time we had, it was best to move on. And we saw this passage down here, this bridge, this broken bridge across this gap. And we're kind of curious to go in that direction. And again, you hold one of the D-pad directions to trigger your quick swap menu, to change your weapons, to change your shield, to go between your runes. Sorry if I got that wrong. The special abilities that you have. All right, so we're going to go down here, see what we can go across, see if we can get across this gap. It's kind of like walking, making our way over. Sprinting thing, personally, yeah, the stamina wheel runs out. You got to huff and puff till it recharges. Not a fan of the stamina wheel for dashing, especially in an open world game. Kind of dumb. So here's an important thing I want to point out. You can dash. There is a manual jump in this game, but if you're a longtime Zelda fan and a veteran player like me, you're used to the auto jump, which is what I was expecting to happen right there. But you have to manually jump over gaps and chasms and like pits like that. Use the bow and arrow. You'll see at the very end here, we land a crit shot. As you see, hit an enemy's head with an arrow to perform a critical hit, which does 2x damage. Wolflinks is having a field day. He's like, hey, I want to fight these guys. Well, I'll fight him too. Ooh, that guy almost hit us. That might have one-shot us, actually. So, same thing in other Zelda games. You hit these enemies. You get them into a stun lock. You kind of can chain hit them. Wolflink's kind of wrecking things right now. I got a nice new sword. And we want to switch out to it because it does a little bit more damage. Oh, throwing rocks at me. Real effective. And yeah, smack him down and dead. And we got a spiked Boko shield, so we got something new. And the chest. So what's in the chest? We'll see in a second. But back to again to the point before. Yeah, there's no auto jump. So you got to use the manual jump. And I think this could take a little bit of getting used to for people who have played Zelda games, especially the 3D Zelda games for the past, decade and a half since, Ocarina of Time's release. It would be nice if they added it back in at least as an option to maybe toggle on and off. So we got some more arrows there. Refill our inventory. Just maybe be nice, but it's not necessary. Players are just going to have to get used to that. So if you notice in a lot of points where I just try and run to an edge and expect Link to jump, that's why. So one of the minor changes that actually had a decent impact on my experience, but, deal with it. So again, just crossing through Hyrule. Taking out the Sheikah slab or tablet here. Take a look at the map, and this is just a small portion of Hyrule. At least that's what Reggie and the developers are claiming, is that this Hyrule Plateau area represents a very small fraction of the greater overworld of Hyrule. As you can see on the darkened out areas, those are other sections of the map. Who knows, developers like to exaggerate and stuff, but the small section was pretty decently sized, at least for a demo area. You really couldn't see and do everything in the hour time that you got. And if you weren't us, like Press, didn't get to have the hour sessions, you only got to play 2 20-minute demos, and one was story focused, so most of the time you were watching a few of the cutscenes and advancing through just a small snippet of the environment. So here's another area, and you'll notice the auto jump thing here. I expected auto jumps, they didn't happen, so excuse my poor play at this moment. But we I found these ruins, and we found these mechanical things again, and search an ancient gear. So ancient machinery, ancient tech, kind of interesting, kind of mysterious. But we saw something over here, at least I did. Oh, notice the weather and the day-night cycle still going on. So that still got that in effect, but still got the weather thing going on. Yay, climbing more walls, more stamina meter. But we saw this dungeon over here, so it's kind of curious. Making our way over. And wonder what it was. The Shrine of Jabaj. But we were actually told during this session that you were allowed to do 2 dungeons. If you did 2 dungeons, the demo would restart, which actually wasn't true, because we do a dungeon at the end, but even though our footage will cut off at that point, we actually didn't reset after that. We could have gone on a little further, so I'm not sure if it was 2 of these other types of dungeons or just, they just had their information wrong. So anyway, we're here in the dungeon. And these are one of the several mini dungeons that you'll come across in Hyrule. And this is the bomb trial, so obviously you're going to be using the bomb. No, we're not going to be using that. We're actually going to need to switch our rune over. So we had Magnesis equipped, and we're going to the remote bomb. Which you toss it, you detonate it, boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, a little early on the boom there. And as you see, the cooldown meter, you got to wait for it. So it's kind of nice. Don't have bomb inventory this time. You just got to wait for the cooldown, which, I don't know. I kind of like that, I think. So you're going to explore a dungeon. You have more bombable walls. Boom, moves a little close. You have this chest here. Da-da-da-da. What's inside? The Traveler's Sword. Da-da-da-da. And we got another set of bombable walls here. We're going to drop our bomb. Whoop, we kicked it. Let's kick it back. Look out! Boom. Very nice. Now we got a little bit of a puzzle, I think, coming up here. So you have this moving platform that you'll see, and walls or blocks that clearly can be destroyed by a bomb. Yep. So we tried a few things. We wanted to get the bomb on this platform and blow it up over here. So fortunately, if you toss a bomb and you forget to use it, you gotta still detonate it before you can set another bomb. That's the only downside of not having inventory. So, whoops. Ouch. Got hit by that one. So, gotta be careful of the blast range. That took off half of our health. So, we're gonna try this one more time. So, you can see the physics in play. Now it's gonna start rolling back. Oops, it rolled off. So, the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to throw it. Yeah. You were supposed to, on the bottom floor, throw it over, blow up the bottom blocks, and then make your way over. And you saw there, no auto jump, forgot to manually jump. So, alright, we got a little bit more of a puzzle here. So if you see on the left, you see those contraptions launching a sphere-like object. And so, yeah, you probably figured it out. You're going to launch bombs. So you drop a bomb down this chute, boom, launches it over, and then kaboom, launch it and blow those I was about to say boulders. Sorry. You want to blow those blocks up so that you can progress further. Gotta eat some food to replenish health. Again, there are no hearts to pick up. Don't know about heart containers, but there are no hearts to refill your health. You've got to eat food, at least in the demo. It's kind of dumb here. It was, hey, I'm going to run up this block, but couldn't. Like, hey, let's go launch another thing. Overthinking things, thinking, hey, you got to do it that way. Blood was like, hey, why didn't you just drop a bomb since you can get up there now? Overlooking the obvious sometimes happens when I play Zelda games. So anyway, let's blow these remaining blocks up. And now the path is clear. And that was your first mini dungeon. Obviously not very long. Probably like, 4 minutes tops, maybe less. But, trying to mention earlier, developers have said that dungeons will be short like this, or they could be, several times longer. But no real discussion, at least I heard, if there's anything out there yet. Nothing about like proper dungeons, like in the vein of Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword, or what you're basically traditional dungeons, what you're expecting. So hopefully we'll get some information on that. Yeah, so you can see we have a variety of items in our pouch, and so that was just one of the mini dungeons. So we had these rocks here we could have blown open in the first place. We didn't need to sneak around, but hey, we cleared a path. Let's go outside. Uh-oh. Yikes. One of those ancient machines has just powered on. And I don't know. Doesn't look like we should probably confront this, but I was curious. I want to get up front, but this is the part where the developer was tapping me on the shoulder and was like, you can't defeat that. You have to run away from it. I was like, really? I kind of want to try, but they kind of insisted that, yeah, that's futile. So it's like, yeah, let's just not even bother sneaking by it. Let's just go around, not even go near it. But as you can see, day-night cycle, it's starting to get a little dark out. It's about to be nighttime. We're trying to make our way out of these ruins without alerting that ancient machine, which has started to go on patrol mode, trying to seek who disturbed it. Uh-oh. If you played Ocarina of Time, you know what this is. Yeah. Dead rising from the underground during night. Killing some Keese there. We got some Staphos or Stal Knights, Stal Children. Kind of, throwback to the Wind Waker with their heads falling off. First time you saw that. Ooh, Bokoblin arms. So these are actually the undead Bokoblins. It's kind of amusing. Oh yeah, you do have a limit on your inventory. So we were trying to pick up the Bokoblin arm to use as a weapon. But unfortunately, our pouch was full on space. You don't have infinite space. But thankfully, you can discard stuff. So we have way too many of these Boko clubs. So let's just get rid of one of them. Discard. See you later. Now we can pick up the Bokoblin arm. But you can't pick up another one. But oh man, this Traveler Spear looks pretty awesome. Same problem. So a little bit of inventory management. So gotta get used to that. Anyway, yeah, and usually in a Zelda game you don't have that problem. But if you played an MMO, you might be used to that. But hey, we got the spear. Kind of a different weapon than you're used to using in a Zelda game. So kind of cool. So now we're armed with the spear. We're going to charge it up. See this cool rapid attack. Pretty nice, but uses all your stamina meter. So yeah, we got some cool new melee weapons, and it's time to head out of here. Let's go check out another part of the environment. Oh crap. Uh-oh. We've been spotted. Time to run full speed. Actually, no, it doesn't follow us. But yeah, it was pretty impressive how it tracked us. But if you can see up in the distance, you can see a shrine up there. I think that's maybe what we want to go towards and check that out. So let's make our way across the field again. And again, despite the frame rate issues, I actually really like the look. Yeah, we got some more Keese attacking. Saw Death Mountain in the background there. The sense of scale, the environment, the aesthetic, the art direction, I'm really digging it. I really like how this looks. Also the sneak up mechanics. Just because the trailer showed you sneak up on a horse, I was like, maybe I could sneak up on a boar. And I get so close to this. I get so close, as you'll see. I'm just like, yeah, I got this. This is beautiful. These pyreflies or fireflies, whatever they're called in the world of Zelda. Look like they're from the Kokiri forest. It's kind of hovering around. As soon as I see target it, nope, or whatever it is in this game, the target lock-on mechanic, it runs. But hey, I got a spear, and I'm going to skewer you. A little late on the thing, and it's knocked the meat around for good measure there. So, you're a hunter. You can hunt stuff. Pretty cool. Wish I could have snuck up on it, see what happened. Oh, look, spear on the tree didn't really do anything, but maybe let's try a different weapon. Let's try a sword. See what a sword can do to a tree here. Whiff that first one. Okay, got a hit. Second hit. And the spin attack knocked it down. Ooh, a restless cricket. Maybe Agatha's in the game. So yeah, you can push around these severed tree parts of these trees, and you can chop them again to make firewood. So kind of unique interaction with the environment here. Tree branch that looks like the slingshot, honestly, or maybe a Deku stick. But as you saw in the trailer, probably, there was definitely a use for cutting down trees other than just getting firewood. So maybe we'll see it a little later. But again, this might look a little familiar. We came across this hut here, but actually the encampment's actually the starting area. So we're back to where we started. But that's how big the thing was. I actually thought it was in a different part of the map. I ended back up at the start. But let's go inside because we get a farmer's pitchfork. I was like, oh man, I totally have to have the farmer's pitchfork. This looks amazing. But then, nothing could have prepared me for what was next. Yes, I have to have this. I have to have the axe. This was the E3 2016 Year of the Axe. E3 of axes, the woodcutter axe. Huber would have killed me if I did not grab this thing. got to do some axe work eventually. Wanted to see what the pitchfork did. Obviously, it works just like the spear. So, don't know if it has longer reach or anything, but now let's put on the axe. We are going on an adventure now. Now, of course, yes, the axe can totally cut down trees. Tree branch, cut that down and get more firewood. As we said earlier, it's not just for getting materials, but maybe you come across... oh, what's this? What's this? No, we let it get away. Damn it. You might come across a chasm that looks like you can't pass it. But, I mean, now you can cut down trees. So, maybe we should cut down a tree. Swing that axe. And look at these great physics. So, it might fall. Nope. Maybe that's sturdy. We're going to take a chance. Again, forgot how to manually jump for a second. Developer reminded me, hey, you got to manually jump. And we made it across the other side. And we see this tree here. Hey, we could shoot down these things. Shoot down an apple. Oh, no, but we alerted some enemies. But, hey, it's axe time. But as you'll notice, the axe is very slow. Even if it's powerful, it gets some hits there. But as you'll notice, these enemies, some of them has a bow and arrow. And now these guys got the drop on me because I got hit. The axe is just too slow here. So, very powerful. Luckily, take those enemies out, but I'm definitely taking damage because I'm too slow and not mobile. So we get the sword back, a little bit more power, a little bit more agility, faster paced, and easier taking them out. Obviously, if you use your shield here, I think you can actually parry their arrows back at them. Someone in their video did something cool. They actually picked up the dead Bokoblin's head, or Stalfos's head, and punted it off the edge. So, I also wanted to beat one of these enemies with their own undead hands. Anyway, we got another set of rocks there that were blocking the entrance to a chest here. And what's in this one? Fire arrows! Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. So, you basically just have to go to your item menu. That was doing some call there for your companion if you have one, but go back to the menu and switch from your normal arrows and equip your fire arrows. Now Link has fire arrows. And this is the point where I thought I'd get a little adventurous. It's like, hey, a giant wall here of rock leading up this mountain. I'm gonna go for it. You know, I'm adventurous. I'm Link. I'm the hero. And about this point, I'm like looking up and seeing how much my stamina meter. I'm like, yeah, no, this is not happening. We're going back down now. Didn't think that one through. So the developer's kind of chuckling at that point, saying, he's thinking to himself, I don't know if this is a great idea, but hey, you know, gotta try, gotta see if it's possible. But he did give me a hint. He was like, maybe go around the other side. And you can see on the face of the mountain there's some safe spots that you can actually make your way up to, so you can actually scale this side of the mountain. So as you see, making your way up, as soon as you come to sturdy surface, you can let go, recharge your stamina meter. Also collectibles you can get. And that's basically how you're going to scale sides of mountains, especially the tall ones, in the early goings, it seems, until you can somehow increase your stamina meter, or perhaps get an item that'll make it easier to scale up faster. You know, maybe a hook shot, maybe the grappling hook, maybe something completely new, who knows? A rush room, alright, nice name. So, still making our way up here. Not even coming close to using up all our stamina meter. And you can either jump to initiate the climb, or you could use the sprint button to initiate the climbing action. So, this surface isn't exactly flat, so as you'll see here, Link keeps climbing, so that doesn't count. So, it's not until you get over to this... They color-coded it here, obviously. So, the green surface, safe, recharge your stamina. And man, still looks like we got a ways to go up here. But I don't know about this one. This one was looking at that one up to the left. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make this. You know, I've already gone this far. I only have so much time with the demo. Maybe I should be a little bit more conservative here. And probably for the best, because you see now I'm down to a third of my stamina meter. And as you see, climbing sideways and climbing up inclines at a certain angle does chew up your meter a little bit faster. So you got to be careful with that. And I think at this point, like, I'm just going to go for it. You know, in the words of the immortal Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious. On green, I'm going for it. And actually, no, I don't. I chicken out. I see this platform, and I'm like, nah, we're going to play it safe. No hashtag be brave. This isn't Shadow of the Colossus version of me playing where anything goes. That'll probably change in the final version. Anyway, you see how long it took. It took quite a decent amount of time to scale this cliffside. At first, remember I was on the other side? I was looking up, no problem, I got this. Now it's like, look how long it took. But hey, here's another cool shrine up here. But remember we said earlier, we were told if you finish 2 shrines, you get to restart the game, so I decided to pass on Owadime here. But we saw this boulder covering this chest. I'm like, huh, well, maybe we could blow up the rock. Kind of doubtful. But it moved, so I was like, huh. Maybe if I put the bomb in the right spot, it will move it enough to wedge it out, and I can shenanigans this. Because I clearly knew at this point need like the power glove or some kind of power item or something else. And the dev's looking at me funny like, I'm going to hurt myself here probably. Yeah, ouch, that hurt. I'm going to eat some food to heal up because I did something stupid. But the dev's kind of like eyeing me like, this guy did not realize it. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to shenanigans this. Then the developer at this point was just like, hey, yo, you need another item here. You see Link slides down hills if they're too steep an incline. He's like, yeah, you need another item. This isn't going to work. I was like, I don't want to piss off the developer by, doing some shenanigans to bypass a puzzle or some crap like that. So let's just move along. But as you've noticed, we're getting higher here. You know anything about altitudes, the higher you get, temperature kind of changes. Ooh, a sizzling butterfly. If Agatha's in this game, she's going to be thrilled. You see it's getting a little whiter. It's getting a little visually making it look like it's colder. And look, the temperature is getting dangerously low. So you see that animation where Link is freezing his ass off. And I say him because Link is a guy in this game. And we clip this other tunic so survive the cold. Yeah. The explanation and all that stuff about Link is a guy, why he can't be a girl, whatever. Should probably not let Aonuma and Miyamoto speak on the subject anymore and just let their PR people handle it because, yeah, their reasoning is a little off, a little clueless about, the subject matter. Kind of sounded like Ueda's answer back about like Iko, why the boy had to be the one in the front and leading. Because going up a ladder, the player would be looking up her skirt, since girls can't wear pants. Anyway, enough of that. Kind of bummed. Who knows? They can still fix it enough time. But we got some rocks up here, and I was like, I saw in the trailer, I said you could push down rocks. I wanted to check it out. Look at that thing roll. That is still rolling. Oh, look, there's enemy encampment down there, but it's not gonna make it. So, bummer. So that kind of bummed me out. I wanted to see it roll over some enemies, but we're all the way up on the top of this mountain now. It's nice and snowy, and looks like there might be some ruins ahead. And, just wanted to, see what was up here, because, people are going to say, oh, look, there's, nothing to do, but when you're first time in the world, I think, I don't know, there's kind of this sense of wonder and amazement about what lies beyond the next hill, what lies on the horizon. And, anyway, hey, remember this blue enemy that I thought was easy? Whack! One shot. Look at that. Rolling and writhing in agony. Oh, look at that. Game over. One shot. Zelda too easy? I don't know. And I was whacking on that guy and still died. So yeah, Mr. Big Shot Zelda here just got wrecked. Completely wrecked. So now I'm like, you know what? I don't know. Is this guy did I just not fight it right? But you're not going to take any chances. Not taking any chances. We're bringing back Wolf Link. Yo, and we got fire arrows. So let's do this. You know what? Come at me, bro. Boom. Look at that. That's right. Dance. Dance to the agony of being burned. Oh, crap. Time to run away. Now I think I maybe understand a little bit why they put the stamina meter. Because they don't want you to run away from enemies. Or make it, a little bit more intense. So Wolf Link's chipping away. Boom! That looked a little close, like I might get killed. And boom, let's finish him off. That's right. Burn. Enjoy your death. That's what you get for one-shotting me. And a Bokoblin Fang and Horn. But he was obviously guarding something here. A nice chest, so let's see what we get for that. Interesting looking chest. Wood crate type. Amber. So we're getting all these different types of, materials here. But, man, just look at this view. Look at all this. You're going to go everywhere in this game. You see Death Mountain there. You see another mountain over there, the one with, like, the gap in the middle. You're totally going to be climbing up because climbing trailer. You see water over there. You see another, like, arid mountain over there that's not, like, snowy, and then one over there. You know you're totally going all these damn places. Like, it looks massive. So, definitely delivered on that sense of scale. Bummed couldn't go to all these areas. Bummed the game's not done and out. Now we're having to wait till next year for it to come out, but that's the breaks, It's done when it's done. Gotta get over it. So anyway, continuing up the mountain, satisfied with the victory that we killed the dude who one-shot us. So who knows? A lot of people were saying, the game was a little easy. We're concerned that Zelda games are just easy in general. Obviously, that fight, first time, you get used to the enemy, probably is a joke. Probably just, was being stupid and, ran up to it and attacked it without properly doing right combat mechanics. So, oh, there you go, climbing up like that. You can climb up even those weird incline angles, so it's possible. But yeah, definitely hope the combat, there's a little bit more to it. And some of the other videos I saw people reflecting back projectiles, using the Boko club to hit back a projectile like a baseball style. So there's definitely some skill and a little bit of skill involved with the timing. But anyway, we're in the snow, and I heard some rumors that you could go shield snowboarding on your shield, and I wanted to try it. So, developer here is explaining how to shield surf. You see, jump with X while holding a shield, and then press A while in the air. So there we go. Got a little bit of it going there after the developer was kind enough to show me it. It was basically just didn't get that you had to hold forward to initiate, get some initial inertia going. And there we go. Shield snowboarding down the mountainside. Pretty cool. If you remember Twilight Princess. First game to let you do snowboarding in a Zelda game. So kind of nice that it's back. This time on your shield, though. Instead of, I think it was a block of ice or something. I forget what you used in Twilight Princess. But it was the part that you went down the mountainside racing to the best dungeon in the game, Snow Peak Ruins. Who would have thought a dungeon in a mansion would be a cool idea for a Zelda game? So hey, we're going to chop down some more wood here because, see what happens. It's a different style tree. It looked a little bit taller, so I was just curious. And again, you can definitely push it. You could probably push it down the cliff if you wanted to. And I was like, we're running out of time here, so let's just move on. Let's chop in the firewood. Some fell down. Who cares? We got enough firewood. We're good. So, yeah, we wanted to move along. Definitely wanted to see what was up this peak up here. So, looked pretty high up. So it was like, hey, let's scale this. We can do this. So made our way up here, doing more scaling. So you can see the incline that's a little bit steeper of an angle. I don't know, it felt like to me the stamina was going down faster. I might have been wrong. You can replay the video and compare it. It's probably the same. I thought if it was more difficult of a climb, it burned up your stamina meter more, but it could be completely false, But yeah, still climbing up, so you can climb anywhere. There's obviously something up here, so, again, part of the beauty of this demo that really convinced me of, really sold me on, was a sense of exploration and going where I wanted to. Flint! Gotta have flint. And you know what? This is where Be Brave was coming in. I was like, well, let's see if we can bomb this real quick. Didn't work. But you know what? Screw it. How high are we? I don't care. We're doing this. We are doing this. I don't care, developer telling me this is risky. No. I want to have some fun. YOLO. Look at that. Just going down the side of the mountain. And it ends a little too fast. Damn it. I wanted that to go much better. So, wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be, but did give the developer a scare there. He was kind of like, I don't know if that's going to work. Anyway, make our way up here. So it's better, helps you cross, traverse a little faster. So nice little mechanic they threw in there. Anyway, we saw a shrine up here, but we got a few more enemies. And I'm not taking any chances this time. Let's see if they like a bomb. Woo! Get wrecked. And I get a little antsy here. Gotta screw up there. Oh shoot! They're throwing barrels at me and rocks. They're just gonna toss everything at me. So yeah, I'm like kind of mesmerized, you know, in awe that they're doing these extra mechanics. So I was kind of whiffing swings there. Wasn't really paying attention. So yeah. Journalists don't know how to play video games. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I want to make our way up here because, you know, definitely saw a dungeon up here. I'm curious what's up here. At the same time, I can't pass up a good view. I have to take another look at this environment. And it's like, oh, there's a waterfall and there's a lake down there? Like, what? I hadn't even seen that yet. So big. I'm sorry, like, I know, I didn't play Skyrim. I haven't played Fallout, so you guys might be like, oh, this is like, I've been there, done that. I did play Xenoblade, and that was huge, but I think this world looks better crafted than the world of Xenoblade or Xenoblade Chronicles X so far. Anyway, this lake, or this pond with that chest, it's a trap. Developer warned us, you can't really go in that water. It's too cold. Not a good idea. You need a different kind of item. So, Shrine K Numut, or Numit, however you want to pronounce it. And actually, this one hadn't been entered yet, so we're going to a fresh dungeon here. And this is actually going to be the last part that we got to play. But it was also probably the coolest. So, let's head on in and see what awaits. Alright, so here we are, entering the shrine. They all have the same entrance effect here, walking through these, like, rays of light. Ooh, we got some dialogue. In the name of the goddess Hylia, the Cryonis trial. So we got them throwing around the goddess Hylia, so it's a throwback to Skyward Sword. You know, that was where Zelda was actually the immortal version of, the goddess Hylia. And we're going to come over here because this is actually how you get your new powers, by putting the Sheikah slab or slate, I forget what it's called, slate, second one, authenticating, then you get the little classic Zelda jingle here. And then that Sheikah teardrop, oh, that effect is so good. And now you've got a new power, new rune, Cryonis, which lets you make stepping stones out of water by making ice blocks, which is kind of cool. And that's actually what we needed outside. So unfortunately don't get back to that, but just wanted to point it out. So you can see it illuminates the area where you can drop it, and it also shows you the height it's going to be. So there you go. The water wasn't actually dangerous in here, so you can walk on the water, but you're obviously not going to get up and clear this path until you set these down. And again, you remember I didn't do the manual jump there, so another instance where it's like mine just not, realizing there's no auto jump anymore. That's where the dev explained you can walk on the water. It's not going to hurt you. But here you go, gate shut. Yeah, you know immediately what you're doing. Yeah, you're jacking that up. So just making our way back through. And here's an enemy where if you're skilled enough, you could have deflected this projectile back. But I was like, let's let him over here. And then, bam. Kaboom. Future tech defeated. But we got an ancient screw. And just going to make our way up. But, I have a keen sense. I see something up here. I see a platform. I see something glowing. I want to know what's up there. So, again, using this very, very simple mechanic. But, basically block puzzles. Zelda with block puzzles. Who would have thought? Again, more stupidity. You can climb up them. So that's good. But more stupidity for me. And you can also chisel them and break them if you want to get rid of them. But more stupidity for me is what I was trying to say in that I forget you don't auto jump. So it's like, hey, why am I not auto jumping? Oh, derp. And I just walk off the edge right there. And at this point, the guy's just like, hey, you can manually jump. And I was like, oh, yeah, forgot. And what is in this chest I went all this effort for? There's another soldier's broadsword. And our inventory is full anyway, so yeah, just set it back in there. Come back later. We know where it is, not going anywhere. So, again, more puzzle stuff. Very simplistic. Nothing very complex at all. And this is actually, sadly, this is the last part of the mini dungeon. This is the last puzzle. So there's one thing I want to say is that I feel these mini dungeons, they're just way too short. I really hope there are longer proper dungeons, or that they're just longer versions of these down the road, because I don't want like 50 or 100 of these small things. I want a proper dungeon. But oh crap, look at this. There's actually someone here this time. What could this be? A little bit of story here. See this weird monk Chica looking dude. Oh, look at those particle effects. Look at this. Because they obviously have the Chica mark on their head. So I am the name of the dungeon. Hey, he created this trial. Never heard of him before. So, you know, blessed with the sight of Goddess Hylia and dedicated to helping those who seek to defeat Ganon. Look at that. So, are these like sages, or are they, you know, are they like new guardian entities like the light spirits were in Twilight Princess? It's gonna give me a gift. So cool. The spirit orb. Oh. And if you saw the trailer, you probably got a glimpse of what this is. It's this little orb with the royal crest symbol on it. And it goes into Link's chest and powers him up in some way. Yay, I guess. Spirit orb, symbol of courage given to those who have overcome the challenges of a shrine. May the goddess forever smile upon you. That's their new look, like the May the Way of the Hero. Look at that, vanishing. Oh man, so much mystery. Just want to have answers. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That was the end of our demo. Time ran out. Unfortunately, again, it didn't restart at this point. I forgot to go out and try seeing what was in the chest on the frozen lake out there. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So as you can tell, hopefully from that, there's just so much to process and take in during the demo that I just wanted to play it more and more. And I felt like just did not have enough time with the game. So despite all the effort Nintendo did at E3 by having a giant booth with almost 200 stations of Breath of the Wild for people to play, that line was still ridiculous. You still only technically got 20 minutes with 40 minutes with the game, 2 sliced up 20-minute sections of the game. And just to tell everyone again, if you missed our impressions during the E3 streams, like Bossman, me, and Brad went to go play it roughly at the same time. We all picked a direction, went that direction. We all saw different things, and we didn't see, other than the starting area, we really didn't see the same things as each other. And even in this playthrough, I saw stuff that I didn't see mentioned by any of us before. So it was insane. So definitely hope they find a way to let us play a little bit more, at least in this environment, at least in that like the Great Plateau, the Plateau environment, just because it's a nice little like kind of like sandbox to get used to the new mechanics and new style of the game. So hopefully they have it at San Diego Comic-Con. If it's there, I'm definitely going down to play more of it and try and find like some of the other items. I saw someone get like the fire rod, so I definitely want to find that. Technically you can get off the plateau if you do the story demo and go far enough and know what to do. So, but unfortunately they wouldn't let you record beyond that. They did show off beyond it on their stream, so they're not shy about talking about it. But at the same time, it's going to be so painful and agonizing to wait till next year to play this, especially when it seems pretty far along. You know, obviously there were some frame rate issues, performance issues. Gonna either chalk it up to it's just not technically done yet, or just the Wii U version. Maybe the NX version runs, you know, better. And of course there was the footage and the trailers they put out. There's so much more out there. There's a lot of story stuff I didn't even go into because we didn't see it in this demo, but there's definitely like elements of narrative going on in here. So again, the point is there's just so much to talk about with this demo and just wasn't enough time to see it all. So hopefully it's not too long until we get to see it again, and hopefully we get some more information in the near future, because my biggest concern going into E3 was focusing just on this one Zelda game. They were going to spoil everything, and I feel like I just have way more questions than answers at this point. I didn't even come close to spoiling the game. I mean, obviously it has Ganon's in it, Link's in it, it's Hyrule, you saw the Master Sword, but there's just so much mystery going on and so much speculation about its placement in the timeline. We didn't see it in here, but you know, there's Wolf Link as an amiibo, but then there's a Korok from the Wind Waker like, what's going on here? Then the goddess Hylia statue from Skyward Sword, which is technically the beginning of the timeline, but isn't seen in any of the other Hyrules later on. So where does it really take place? So a lot of stuff to debate and discuss. So I'm going to wrap it up about here. Hopefully you got a little bit more information, a little better in a take on what my impressions were with Breath of the Wild. And leave some questions in the comments below, or if you want to hit me up on Twitter, ask me questions about the demo, what I thought. I'll gladly share what I know. And again, hopefully it's playable at Comic-Con or at future events so that we can get more hands-on with it and get to see more. So that's the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild E3 2016 demo, and thanks for watching.